Support the Ramen Raider on Patreon. Thanks to all our patrons.
Alright, hey, this is Hans, and it's time for another episode of Unboxing Time with the Ramen Raider. This is the show where I show you what comes in the mail. And today we've got something really interesting from Hello Straw. What's that? Well, they make paper straws and other things, and they contacted me about checking out something new that they make, which sounds fascinating to me and environmentally friendly. So let's crack it open and have a look. Oh, neat. Well, they sent a couple of hats with their logo. Thank you very much. They also sent a catalog of all their paper cutlery. And this is really fascinating. I looked online at the stuff that they have. There's all sorts of stuff. And yeah, I'm really curious to check it out. And here is a paper fork. It doesn't feel like paper. It feels very rigid. It's a folding fork. And check. Oh, how does it work? I'm guessing it goes like this. Yeah, it must. It's very rigid. Yeah, but here is what it looks like. And they have not only forks, paper chopsticks. Interesting. And a paper cutlery set. We'll check that out. Yeah, that's cool. So I'm going to try a couple tests. They told me that the forks, these, I was like, how long do they work? They said they last about the length of time where it would take for you to enjoy a cup noodle, which is probably where they want these to go and people learn about them. That's why they sent them to me. I'm going to make a cup noodle. I'm going to try eating a cup noodle with one of these. I'm also going to take some of this stuff and I'm just going to do a time lapse of maybe like 3 hours and see what happens when they're, soaking in water. Do they like fall apart? What do they do? I mean, obviously you don't need to use a paper fork for 3 hours. That's not going to work all that well. But yeah, I'm like fascinated. Chopsticks and yeah, this is really cool. So yeah, let's give it a shot. All right, so we've got a regular cup noodle. This is a domestic U.S. chicken cup noodle, kind of your standard run-of-the-mill. Yeah, I figured that would be, because this is the kind of thing that this kind of product would be for. So let's see how this sucker does. I never even thought of a paper fork, but here we are with our paper forks. So let's see how it does. Able to get them on the noodles, go onto the tines well. There we go. It's a fork. It does what forks need to do. I will say this. The fork, it doesn't feel weird when I'm like taking the noodles off of it. The fork itself doesn't feel weird in the mouth. I will say that much. I did try another utensil a while back and it just didn't feel right. It was plastic, but the tines of the fork were like really weird shapes. Kind of more of a novelty thing, and it just didn't work out. I gotta admit, it's funny though. I want to like attempt chewing on the fork, but that literally wouldn't help with the testing that I'm doing right now. I want to know whether this works or not. It's a fork. In fact, I like to twirl my noodles around the fork, and the way that because usually it would be just flat all the way across, but like it has a vertical section, so it really kind of makes that really second nature. This part isn't sliding off. It's very firmly in place. It's not getting soggy. The noodles are staying on there just fine at this point. I also want to try, because they've got a whole set of stuff, and in that set is the spoon. Yeah, it just seems like a spoon. I'm just going to stick it in the side there, see how that goes. This is the new version of these cups that are microwave friendly, and boy, they certainly stay hot.
I don't see any problems with this at all. It works. It's a paper fork spoon. I was told that there is a knife and it will cut steak, but they didn't send me any of the knives, but I guess maybe I'll have the opportunity to try that at some point. So my guess is that the main push of this kind of thing is that at the very end, you can just throw this cup and this fork into recycling and you're done. You don't have to put it in the trash. It's all recyclable. At least I think so. At least it's biodegradable. I don't know if you can recycle it. I don't want to misrepresent. And I'm all done except for the broth, really. It's still doing well. I mean, oh yeah, that's totally, wow. Okay, well, this fork is made out of paper and it works. That's all I can say about it. And you just saw me use it. The next test I'm going to do with it, I just want to see what happens when you submerge it in like warm water and let it sit for like, I don't know, 3 hours and see if it like starts coming apart or what it does, and definitely see what condition it is that it's in after 3 hours. My guess is that it's going to have, I'm guessing this is like compressed layers or something. It might turn just into like a pulpy substance. I really don't know, but we'll find out. That's the next thing you get to see.
So a couple of things I learned about these forks is the reason that they're in two pieces is that you can fit them in noodle cups. Not only that, when you put them together, you can reach the bottom of a noodle cup and use all the, get all the good stuff out of the bottom. Not only that, while people still use plastic forks, but I guess there are places where you can't, and that sometimes companies will use wooden forks, but those can end up tasting different. So, yeah, I thought that was kind of interesting.
Well, this is cool. Thank you very much. I don't generally do reviews or unboxings of cutlery or utensils or anything like that. This is a first for me, and I gotta say, I love this stuff. This is great. I mean, if you want to use plastic, you could use plastic, but this doesn't, harm the environment or anything, and it's definitely, it's really cool. I especially like this one too, because this just, wow, solid and paper. Cool. All right, well, thank you very much to Hello Straw, and this has been Hans the Ramen wishing you enjoyment of your noodles each and every day. Have a good one. Bye.